Hello and welcome to the next instalment of finishing my album sketches. I've got 3 songs to record. I've got to record the first one of those 3 as soon as possible. It's called February the 14th and all I've got is an incomplete recording on my phone, and essentially I've got to decipher and listen. I didn't make any notes of the chords, so this was quite a while ago, so I need to listen, transcribe it on my guitar, see if it's all ship shape, and then get on with it from there. I've just listened back and I've gone over the lyrics and I've come up with some chords which I'm pretty happy with. The song itself is about never feeling good enough to be in a loving relationship, and but taking it with a bit of a pinch of salt, bit of a trying to lift the spirits at the same time. If you can forgive the contradiction, but yeah, that's the vibe. I've got a picture of the general arrangement I've got in my mind for the song. Pretty acoustic, bits of drums, bits of bass, fairly live band feel. We'll see how it evolves, but yeah, let's see. Here's a little bit of the chord progression with a bit of humming. I'll save the lyrics for a later video. Okay, just setting up the mics for this. The main acoustic I'm using is a Matin guitar with 12 gauge phosphor bronze Martin strings. That'll be the bulk of the main sound, with a closely phase aligned pair of condenser mics, this Aston Spirit and this Warm Audio pencil mic going into a DAV 2-channel microphone preamp, pretty rock solid, really happy with it, into a Focusrite interface into Logic. And then with these close and sort of phase aligned, I'll just do a blend of that microphone combination. I'm set up roughly in the position now. I've got 2 mics. I'm going to turn the preamp on. Something else I want to mention is that I use a Sonic Research Turbo Tuner ST300, and I'm very careful, hopefully, about keeping the guitar in tune. I typically do a 12th fret harmonic. Incidentally, the mics are roughly pointed at the 12th fret, and something that I do for a sort of close-up performance, I like to keep the mics roughly the same distance away from my ear to the strings, which probably sounds a bit strange, but it makes sense to me. I'm used to hearing the guitar a certain distance away from my ears, and that's where roughly I put the mics. And then of course I'm going to listen and monitor through headphones when I record. Something else I need to do, I am going to record to a click, so I need to figure out the tempo of the song, and yeah, that's just starting up a fresh Logic session with my template. I'll just show you a little bit of this template now. Okay, so here we are inside Logic. I've got lots of routing and stuff, but don't need to worry about that really so much right now. I've made 2 tracks that will be recorded simultaneously. I'll probably make a group as well so that I can edit them together. The channel for the pencil condenser and the large diaphragm condenser, obviously I could label those to taste, but that's what I've done for my purposes, and I'm just going to figure out what the tempo ought to be. I'll start recording and show you a little bit of that. Take 1, here we go. Take 2, here we go. I've just come up with something for the outro, bit of an unexpected twist and turn chord at the end. Let's see how I get on recording that. I'm super happy with that. The main guitar is done. I'm going to resist the urge to add more layers of guitar though, because I think the song essentially just needs the lead vocal on top. So I'm going to commit and start properly recording the final vocal now, and then build up from there. The other first job also that I'm going to do is just label the chorus verses sections in this arrangement part of the Logic window. On to the vocals. Okay, vocal recording. I'm fortunate to have a nice warm audio 47 mic. You can see a bit of absorption behind. I know it's a bit controversial with having stuff behind or in front, or behind or in front, but the rest of the room is pretty well covered in at least foam, and then I've got also bass traps for bass stuff. I'm just going to go in sort of sections and takes, see how I get on. The way that I try and do is I want to get I want to stay consistent, not get too tired out, keep hydrated, and also try and make the next take the best take that I'll do, and then the next take the best that I'll do, etc. etc. Okay, so as you can see from the screen beside me, I've got some vocals done, lead vocals, and the main acoustic guitar. I've also got some interesting reverse intro guitar part as well. So yeah, I've done some editing. I've whacked some plugins on just to get the vocals feeling a bit more upfront for the editing purposes, so I can hear some of the details, cutting out breaths or little clicks and pops, which I'll have to address also later on. But yeah, good start. On to figuring out the rest of the tune. Thanks for watching. I have listened back to what I managed to do yesterday. I did the main guitar and the lead vocal pretty much. I'm just going to tweak one little bit of lead vocal and see where I am after that, and I'm going to record while I do that, so wish me luck on getting that take. I'm sugar-coating sentences. Okay, maybe that was okay. First take, we'll see. Next stop, backing vocals. I know I'm a bit out of order out of logical order, but I'm just going to do backing vocals. I've got them fresh in my mind, and I'm just going to go for it. Initially, I'm just going to try singing further away from the same lead vocal mic that I showed previously. Let's see how I get on with all of that. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how I got on with the backing vocals. You can see just on the screen with this camera, not too many parts. I've just accented certain things in the verses. Started off with a sort of a two-part left and right harmony copied for the choruses, which has then got bigger. Next step, I'm going to add some electric guitar with real amp, so I'm going to show you my process for setting that up. Okay, onto electric guitar. I've got a Squire Strat going into a pedal board with a couple of Boss pedals. There's a blues driver and a experimental one, which is the synth SY1 pedal. Going into Fender Blues Deluxe amp. I'm miking it up using a SM57 beta right up on the cone, right in the centre. I've got a couple of masking tape strips to indicate exactly where that is, because I've shone a light previously and I know where it is. I typically go straight on. Obviously I can fiddle around with that. Guitar recording is obviously science and an art. I'll just tweak to taste. And I'm also going to use this Aston Spirit as a room mic and fiddle around with both the polar patterns and the position and the part to see how it suits whatever I'm doing. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do on this song. I know that there's a guitar solo section, but I'm going to want to do some extra rhythm guitar and sort of incidental backgroundy stuff as well. Any questions about these things, feel free to send them to me. I'll let you know. Here's a little bit of how it sounds. Day 3 of recording. I've got some mic stands here. I'm going to set up the drum kit and do some stuff. I've set up the drum kit. Thanks Dan for having this in here. I have an SE8 pair as overheads. On the kick drum I have an Aston Spirit large diaphragm condenser on the outside, and then I have a Sennheiser kick drum mic just pointing inside there. I have a hi-hat mic, which is a Warm Audio WA84. I have a Shure SM57 beta on the snare drum going into my Neve clone preamp. I've got my usual vocal mic, Sennheiser E935, on the floor tom. We'll see how I get on with that. And I think that's just about it. I'm not an expert drummer, so I'll probably do things in sort of sample fashion and see how I get on. Something else that I do want to mention is that I've got some just microfiber cloths on this tom and the snare. I'm going to experiment with some damping and also tune the drums according to the song and use sticks or brushes according to what I'm feeling. I'm not convinced yet what I'm going to do, but we'll see how I get on. Okay, I've tuned the drums, everything's sounding okay, I've got some good levels. I'm just going to go for it. I'm probably not going to play the hi-hat while I play the kick and snare together, but I might play the ride. Let's see how I get on. New day, onto bass guitar. I've done a lot of editing on the drum parts. Essentially I recorded kick and snare and then cymbals separately. I might have to do some toms as well at some point too, we shall see. So here's the bass and here is the session. I don't usually record standing up when I play bass, but I'm going to give it a try, just monitoring myself over my small speakers, so not a huge amount of bass entering the room. But I'm going to see how I get on. Last night I recorded the bass guitar. Pretty happy with that. Now it's the finishing touches. Trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. What I have down here, I have some percussion, and I'm just going to use the drum mics that are still set up with the drum kit to record that probably. First I'll just jam some ideas and see if they work. So I've got the acoustic guitar up here, lead vocals in blue, backing vocals in orange, electric guitar in pink, drums in green. That's the kick and snare here, and then that's just the cymbals and hi-hat, and there's the bass guitar. So fairly minimal on instruments so far, but it's feeling quite complete. I'm just going to see if I can add some finishing touches. Pretty happy with the percussion, but I think I need just one more thing. Last night I finished the drums and the percussion with some little fills. I also felt that there was a little bit of a lift that needed to happen in the middle 8 and just here and there. And to tell the truth, there was a bit of a slight tuning issue in the electric guitar, which actually seems to work quite nicely with a little bit of well-tuned synth underneath. Essentially, it's up to now mixing, mastering. I'm happy with the arrangement. I don't want to go too overboard with all the parts and things. The song should hopefully sort of serve itself the way it is. Just some editing, tweaking EQ. It's in a good state at the moment. So it's been a week since I started the YouTube and the Substack for getting this song together, and pretty pleased with the progress. And yeah, it'll be coming out on the 14th of February. Thanks.